Hey guys, this week for Weapons Wednesday, we're taking a look at some of the newest weapons we just added to the KarateMart.com website. But before we begin, if you could just like this video and subscribe to our channel, that would be awesome. So last week I had Will go into the back and choose his favorite new weapons for us to review, and you guys went to the community tab and got to vote on which one you liked the best. And it was a very difficult decision because there were so many awesome weapons last week. But you guys went ahead and voted and chose the Quick Draw Karambit, which I totally love this Karambit. I think it's so awesome. I love the Quick Draw feature. Such a good choice, guys. Awesome. So this week I had Amanda go in back and choose her favorite weapons for us to review. So make sure you go to the community tab and vote for which one you like best. But without further ado, Amanda, hand me the first item.
There you go.
Awesome, thank you so much. I'm always excited to see what Amanda chooses. She comes up with some really good stuff. Okay, and the first item is the Stealth Hawkbill Karambit. Ooh, let's just take a look at this. Ooh, I love this knife. I love it. I saw this come in, and this actually might be one that I start to carry. I absolutely love this thing. So just take a look at this right now. I love it. So first off, you can see that it's got a really nice Kydex sheath to it. And I absolutely love Kydex because it's form-fitted to the blade, and that blade is not going to fall out on you. And then we can see that it's got a really nice pocket clip on there. And this is a style where you just kind of push the button and it opens up, hooks onto your belt, and then you close it and you can actually lock it, which is really nice. So I love this kind of belt clip. I think it's so great. But let's take a look at the knife. I mean, look at this thing. It's got that little tiny hawkbill. It's such a small little knife. I love how concealable it is. And it just feels so good in my hands. I absolutely love little knives like this. I think this is so cool. So let's see. First off, we can tell that it's got a G10 handle to it, which is really comfortable. And I like G10 material because it's really corrosion resistant. It's gonna last you a long time. I really like that about it. It looks like it's made out of an 8CR14 MOV steel, which I actually really like that steel because it's a very hard steel that's also corrosion resistant, and it's very wear resistant. So this blade's gonna hold up pretty nicely for you. It's very sharp on the tip. The blade itself, I'd actually sharpen that up just a little bit, but it's definitely sharp as is. So if we look at the pommel, we can see that we've got jimping on the pommel, which is really nice so you can get a good control of your blade. And sometimes the jimping can be a problem on these karambits because it can be so rough that it can make it difficult to go from your modern grip into your extended grip. But this one actually feels really comfortable in my hand. So I actually have really good control of this blade. And then if we go to a forward grip, we actually have some jimping on here, which makes this really comfortable to hold on to. So you could slash that way super easily. And then let's see how good this is for extended grip. Yeah, like I have really good control of that in extended grip. So I like that a lot. As far as hand size goes, so if you look at how this fits into my hand, it actually fits me just perfectly. And I've got pretty large hands. So for most people, this is gonna be the perfect size knife. But if you've got monstrous hands, it might not fit you. It might be just a little bit too small for you, but I think it's gonna fit most people. I absolutely love this knife. So the total length of the knife is approximately 4 3/4 inches. The blade length is about 1 3/8 inches, and the total weight is about 2.3 ounces. So a super light knife, feels just beautiful in my hand. I absolutely love this, but you guys actually wanna see me slash something with it. So I've got this piece of fabric under here from last week. So I'm just gonna drape this over the Wing Chun dummy, and I'm gonna put my Karambit into forward grip because I've got really good control up here on the jimping, and I'm just gonna slash into it to see how sharp it is. I mean, look at that. It just slashed through 4 layers of fabric with one quick slash. So as far as sharpness goes, this is just an amazing knife. I absolutely love it. But let's actually take this outside and try cutting something else with it. All right, let's do it. goodness, I absolutely love this knife. It's not one of our most expensive knives, but this is honestly probably my new favorite knife. I absolutely love it. I love how small and compact and concealable it is, and that just tore through that watermelon and tore through that soda bottle and tore through the fabric. So I love this. I think it's awesome. It can be held in multiple grips. Just such a great knife. So I'm going to go ahead and put this away. And Amanda, what do you have next for us?
There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. What do we have here? The wide grip stun gun. All right. Okay. Oh, this is kind of unique. Interesting. So this is kind of that wide beam style of flashlight that you see sometimes. It looks like it's got an LED light in there, and yeah, that's pretty bright. I don't want to shine it right in your lens, but that's a pretty nice flashlight. I actually like stun guns that are like this, where they're so easy, and you just flip the switch once for a flashlight, you flip the switch a second time, and then all of a sudden your stun gun is engaged. So all you have to do is just kind of hit that. Oh wow, that sounded loud. That's scary. And then I'm gonna do that one more time so you can see. Oh man, I see the sparks just kind of shooting off of there, and that's scary. But what I see is that there's actually multiple prongs that this thing's shooting sparks off of. So it's gonna shock you here, it's gonna shock you there. I'm actually gonna turn that off so I don't accidentally shock myself. So it's got a comfortable non-slip coating, so I actually like that a lot. And because of the wide grip of this thing, it's actually super comfortable in my hand. So I really like that, and I really like how inconspicuous this is. This actually looks like a flashlight to me. So pretty cool. Let's see, it's got a rechargeable battery with a micro USB cable, so that's nice. So the manufacturer states that the voltage is comparable to 3 million volts. Now I can't tell you how much I appreciate the fact that they said 3 million volts, because a lot of the manufacturers will say things like 200 million volts or 100 million volts. So the fact that they said 3 million volts actually makes me trust the stun gun a little bit more. But we can't take that number seriously at all. The manufacturers just throw a number onto their stun guns to make them look like they're more powerful than other stun guns. Plus there's things like amps and resistance that we got to take into account when actually figuring out the strength of a stun gun. But the way that we actually figure out how strong a stun gun is first we listen to the crackle, which this one's pretty loud, so that tells me that this is probably going to be a pretty strong stun gun. But then I also like to actually get shocked with the stun gun to see if they're actually strong enough to be an effective weapon. So I'm just going to pull Amanda over here to actually shock me with it really quick. What I found to be the best way to shock is if I actually hold my hand on the hair. Don't hit my funny bone this time. That was terrible last week. Just hit me like right up here. Ow, jeez! Yeah, so that one, I'll tell you what, whenever the manufacturers put like 3 million volts or some lower number like that, they're actually really strong. So that really hurt a lot. So this is definitely one of the more effective stun guns. I actually like that a lot about it. Plus the fact that it's just so simple to use, just changes from a flashlight into a stun gun that easily is a really nice feature of it. So the length of it is approximately 5¼ inches. Still kind of shaking on that. The width is about 2½ inches, and it weighs approximately 3.5 ounces. So there's really not much else for me to tell you about it. But I'm going to go ahead and put that away, and let's move on to the next item. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, all right, let's see what this guy is. The Modern Tactical Kukri. Cool, cool. We showed off a Kukri last week that was just absolutely beautiful. So let's see what this one looks like. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. This is cool. All right. Look at that. That is a stunningly beautiful blade. I absolutely love that. Okay, so let's see. First off, it looks like we've got this rubberized grip thermoplastic handle, which is super comfortable. Last week's handle was made out of wood, which was really, really comfortable too. But this is gonna be nice because if you're actually chopping away a lot at things, that's gonna be so comfortable and you're not gonna get a lot of blisters, so I absolutely love that about it. Let's take a closer look at the blade. So the blade appears to be made out of a 1/4 inch thick 5CR15 MOV steel. So that is a very thick piece of steel. And 5CR15 MOV is known for being the type of steel they typically use in things like chef's knives. So that's going to be very corrosion resistant and extremely easy to sharpen. So if you're out in the woods and you're actually chopping away at trees, that's going to be so nice to be able to sharpen this up really easily. So looking closer at the blade, we can see that we've got venting here and we've got a single-sided fuller here. And that gives it a more modern look, but it also takes some of the weight off the blade. And when you have this thick of a piece of steel, it's actually kind of nice to be just a little bit lighter. The blade itself, ooh, that's extremely sharp. Oh yeah, that is a super sharp blade. So you won't have to sharpen that out of the box, but it is nice knowing you can sharpen it up really easily if you have to. And then it looks like we've got a nice sawback on the back up here. And that's not an overly sharp sawback, but that's gonna be good if you had to like rip away the bark on a tree or something. So that could come in handy. And then we can tell that the metal actually goes all the way full tang through the handle. And we can see that it actually extends into this lanyard hole up here in the pommel. And that lanyard hole is actually a bulky enough piece of metal that we could actually use it as a glass breaker or even do non-lethal strikes with it. So I actually like that about it a lot. So the total length is about 18.5 inches, and the blade length is about 11.5 inches, and the total weight of this is approximately 1 pound, 6.5 ounces. So that's a really nice weight for this kukri. And it comes with this really nice leather sheath that just fits in there so nicely. But you guys don't care about that. You actually want to see me slice something with this. So how about we go ahead and take this outside and actually hit something with it. Let's do it. That was so much fun, and this blade is still super sharp, so even after cutting through all that stuff, it still maintained its edge just beautifully. So I absolutely love this kukri knife. I think it's so awesome. Let's go ahead and put that away, and Amanda, what do you have next for us?
There you go.
Awesome, thank you so much. All right, so the next item is the pig sticker folding knife. Okay. Oh wow, look at this. That is so interesting looking. So a pig sticker knife was generally used for hunting wild game. So let's just take a look at this. Oh, that is so unique looking. So basically what this is a folding Bowie knife. So it looks like we've got this little thing here and we push it down and it releases the blade so the blade can come up. Oh wow, look at that. And then it locks right into place. That is so unique. So that is called a swing guard that actually blocks your hand as a hand guard. So I absolutely love that. I think it's so cool. And then we'll just hit this little trigger again here and that releases it. Wow, that is so unique looking. I love that. So, okay, so I'm just gonna open that up. It looks like we've got some sort of wooden handle here with a cherry finish on it. So I actually like that a lot. I think it looks so pretty. The blade is made out of a stainless steel and it's fairly sharp. I would actually sharpen that up a little bit. Fairly sharp though, and the tip is sharp. Oh, one thing that's interesting is this is definitely a drop point blade, but it's been sharpened up here too. So that's going to make it really nice and good for stabbing and things. I guess that's probably why they call it a pig sticker. So it looks like the overall length when it's open is approximately 12 inches, and then when you close it, it's approximately 8.5 inches, and it weighs approximately 9 ounces. So that's a pretty good weight for this knife. I actually like that a lot. It feels pretty comfortable. And then it comes with this really nice leather sheath. But I think the thing I like the most is just this little button here that you pull down and then it releases the blade. I think that's such a unique little feature. But we gotta actually try cutting something with this. So Amanda, can you grab one of those pineapples over there? Awesome, awesome. I really appreciate that. So yeah, this has a pretty tough skin on it. It's actually a pretty green pineapple, but let's see how well this cuts. Oh yeah, that just cut through, no problem. So yeah, pretty sweet knife. It just slices right through, stabs through, no problem. I actually like that sharpened tip on both sides. It's really cool. But let's go ahead and put this away. Move on to your next item. All right, Amanda, what do you got next for me?
There you go.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, the Skull Crusher Hand Claw. Okay, all right, look at this guy. So, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of this kind of thing. So this is definitely more of a Mall Ninja type of item. But there's a lot of people who watch these videos that really like this kind of stuff and would like to see me test them out. So I'm totally fine with doing that. This kind of stuff looks great hanging on your wall. So I like that about it. All right, so if we look closer at this, it looks like we've got 3 stainless steel claws on top. And the claws are approximately 9 inches each. So that actually could do quite a bit of damage. Now the claws, unfortunately, are not sharp. I do not like that about it, but actually that's kind of a plus because if you were to buy something like this, you'd probably want to use it for like cosplay purposes or for a costume or something, or even for like a prop in a movie. So in that respect, it'd be kind of nice to not have sharpened blades, but personally, if I were to buy this, I'd probably sharpen those blades up. The tips are somewhat sharp, not overly sharp. We could definitely cut through something with them, and we'll definitely test that out. Let's see, it looks like the frame of this is made out of metal. Looks like we've also got cast metal pieces up here that kind of make out this area around my arm brace. And then this is also cast metal here for these little fingers. It looks like it's got little skulls here and here that are made out of a resin. So that's pretty nice. And then the hand part here actually looks like it's some sort of very hard plastic. So overall, definitely not really an effective weapon, but very cool looking, very cool looking. The weight is approximately 2 pounds, so that's actually a pretty beefy weight. It's actually fairly heavy. It's got a vinyl wrist strap on it, which is nice because that's adjustable to whatever size wrist you have. It's actually really comfortable. I actually think this is a really comfortable little weapon, so pretty cool. So the total length of this thing is approximately 17¼ inches, and they are sold individually. But I don't know, there's really nothing more for me to say about this, but I honestly really want to test this out because I think it would be fun to hit some stuff with it. I don't know if I'm going to try slashing with it because I think I'd have to sharpen up those blades first. But let's actually go try testing this out just a little bit. All right, let's go outside and do it. Well, that is what we ended up with. That was very, very disappointing. So clearly, this is not an effective weapon. It broke upon first slash. It worked pretty well for striking into it, but slashing, no. The blades just broke off. You can see where they were welded onto the other piece of metal, and that just did not hold. So a little bit unfortunate, but this thing would actually be really cool for cosplay, could be really cool for like sitting on your desk or something, but definitely not as an effective weapon. That's kind of why I don't really like Mall Ninja stuff, is it just breaks really easily. So I don't like a lot of that stuff. But if you have any questions on any of the items I showed off today, definitely leave them in the comments below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel, and check out KarateMart.com because we got all sorts of really cool weapons on there right now. And make sure you go to the community tab and vote for which weapon you like best from this week's video. But until next week, we'll see you Weapons Wednesday.